Hi.
Hi, are you sure you can prepare for product-based companies through this course?
Yes, sitting at home?
No way!
Yes way. Don't delay. Enroll now.
Geeks learning together.
Hey geeks, Akshay this side. क्या हाल है सबके? 11 people are live. I can see 5-6 comments. तो पहले तुम्हें ही हाय बोल देते हैं. Hi Yash, hi Vipin, hi Shubham, hi Kiran. Egypt. So that people are joining from. Hi Mustafa. Hi Mohammed. Hi everyone. Thank you so much for joining on Sunday afternoon. And जैसे ज़्यादा कुछ है भी नहीं घर पे करने के लिए, तो I hope you're consuming good content. So let me tell you a bit about today's session. And please, yeah, keep engaging with me, all right? You keep engaging while we are doing the session. Like, जिन भी questions में बात हो रही है, you can discuss among with your peers in the comments. That's the whole idea. Great engagement today, guys. Lovely audience. Thank you so much. Okay, I'll tell you about a guest. You can see it's a special webinar today. The topic is Kickstart Your Career with Web Development. So we'll talk about web development today. And the person who I am inviting today, her name is Trisha Jain. And she is an associate mentor at GFT, and she's also leading the web development YouTube channel. Lots of great content coming over there. I'll tell you more about it while we are in the session. But without delaying any further, let me just invite her and let's take some great insights to some questions which we have framed for her. All right. Hey Disha, how are you? क्या हाल है?
Hello, hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, Disha. Thank you. So you can already see that 52 people are live. Comments बहुत अच्छे धड़ा आ रहे हैं. धड़ा.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah. So Disha, हम start कर सकते हैं, I guess. Web
Yes,
development
yes.
से. Even I am really interested to know about it more because मैंने खुद
Yeah,
देखा है कि इसका scope बहुत अच्छा है. So Disha, please, we are really excited to have you here, and we can start with the first question, right?
yeah, thank you.
Okay, so let's talk about the scope of web development, right? ये वाली एक चीज है जो मतलब शायद first question होना भी चाहिए. Like, what is the scope in web development? So let's talk about it. Like, how much application it has and everything.
Okay, so before discussing the scope and web development, let me give you a rough idea actually what web developers do. So web developers are the programmers that actually develop the websites, or you can say web pages that run on the web browsers, right? You can see the Chrome and etc. So this is what the basic work of web developers. So now coming back to our question, that is, what is the scope in web development? So as you can see, or you can compare that presently in about all over the world, internet has the fastest growing pace, right? Internet सबसे ज़्यादा बढ़ रहा है. और अब इंटरनेट बढ़ रहा है तो द बिजनेसेस ऑन इंटरनेट आर ऑल्सो एट अ ग्रोइंग पेस. नाउ बिजनेसेस बढ़ रहे, यू कैन सी लाइक अभी मैं खुद ग्रोफर्स और जियो मार्ट वगैरह से ऑर्डर कर रही हूँ, तो यू कैन सी द वर्ल्ड इज ग्रोइंग डिजिटली, राइट? So to showcase a business the online, you will require a website. So here comes the requirement of web developers. जितने numbers of business बढ़ेंगे उतनी ज़्यादा requirement होगी कि website बने, और तो ज़्यादा requirement होगी कि web applications develop हो and etc. तो जितनी ज़्यादा requirement, जितनी ज़्यादा demand, उतना ज़्यादा scope. So here comes the requirement and demand of web developers. So you can imagine कि अपकमिंग ईयर्स में और कितना और कितना इंटरनेट बूम अप होने वाला है, बिजनेस बूम अप होने वाला है. सो आई गेस यू कैन इमेजिन कि जब बिजनेसेस बढ़ेंगे ऑनलाइन, सो वेबसाइट्स बनेंगी. वेबसाइट्स बनाने के लिए हमें लगेंगे वेब डेवलपर्स. एंड ऐसे तो अभी एट प्रेजेंट कोई भी नहीं है जो 10 साल से सेम वेबसाइट या सेम वेब एप्लीकेशन यूज कर रहा है. एवरी मंथ और एवरी 2-3 months वेबसाइट तो चेंज होती है. सो आई गेस यू गॉट एन आइडिया दैट व्हाट इज द फ्यूचर स्कोप ऑफ वेब डेवलपर्स.
Yes, even small businesses, Disha. I think even small businesses,
startups and
they are
etc.
online, and if not job, like there's always an option of freelancing to earn.
Yeah.
So even that area is also available.
Yeah.
And some people in the comments are saying that we'll keep it in English. The people are joining South India also, so they are
Of
more
course.
comfortable. We'll keep it in English.
Yeah.
But the thing
Yeah,
is
like
really right. Like as you said that as internet is booming, right? As
yes.
you said, definitely more businesses, more websites, and then more web
Web
developers.
developers, yeah. Like if you have the required skill set of web development, you're
Definitely.
talking about your career, it will definitely grow on upwards and in a onwards direction. But
Hmm.
you just need to keep yourself updated about it, updated about the technology, updated about the languages and etc. part.
And Disha, what about app development? Like, if you're good in web development, app development, is it far, or is it like, okay, you can also do that?
Um, it's similar, like the concepts and etc. parts are similar. It's all about the platforms and a bit differences in languages, I guess.
Okay, okay. So basically, fundamentals are same. So
Uh,
yeah, okay. So that is also a very good thing. It's a great point to start your career, I guess. It
yes, yes,
sounds
yes.
really lucrative.
Like इसमें एक प्लस पॉइंट ये है कि इट्स नॉट नेसेसरी कि आपको सीएस बैकग्राउंड ही चाहिए. Like commerce background can also learn the web development and it's a very plus point कि कोई भी किसी को भी अपना स्टार्टअप स्टार्ट करना है और टेक पार्ट हैंडल करना है, वेबसाइट बनानी है, ब्लॉगिंग करनी है, so you can start with the web development. It's not necessary कि आपका कंप्यूटर साइंस बैकग्राउंड होना चाहिए. Anybody
That
can learn and pursue
that's really like that's a very lucrative point to me.
it. Yeah.
Okay. So can we move on to the next question, which is about the
Yes,
language?
yes.
Okay. So what are the languages used in web development, as you said?
Okay, so before we're moving to the languages and the roadmap in web development, let's discuss कि web development कितने parts में actually divided है. So basically, and more specifically, web development is divided into two parts or into two segments. That is front end web development and back end web development. So on overall, अगर दोनों parts को हम include करते हैं, that is called a full stack developer. सो फ्रंट एंड डेवलपमेंट की अगर सिर्फ बात करें, सो फ्रंट एंड डेवलपमेंट इंक्लूड्स ऑल दी विजुअलाइजेशन, जो भी यूजर होगा, जो भी यूजर इंटरफेस है, लाइक जो भी यूजर जो है वो वेबसाइट देख पा रहा है, द बटन्स, द लेआउट, द डिजाइन ऑफ द वेबसाइट, that all comes into front end web development, right? And talking about the back end development or back end web development, so जो भी back side पे हो रहा है, you can relate with a word like back end. So it's like कि जो भी back side पे हो रहा है, database, server, data collection and all part, तो वो होता है हमारा बैक एंड डेवलपमेंट. Let me give you an example कि अभी तक everybody had filled the Google form, right? So in the Google form, you have seen the fields that have to be filled, like the data, the email ID, or the contact number, and the required fields and etc. और फिर सबमिट बटन होता है एंड कुछ लेआउट होता है, कुछ कलर्स होते हैं. सो जो भी हम देख पा रहे हैं एंड द फील्ड्स वी हैव टू फिल इन दैट गूगल फॉर्म, that
Hmm.
comes under front end web development. And जब मैं पूरी field fill कर दूंगी and when I click on the submit button and my data will be get stored in some database और कोई server पे, तो वो जो part हो रहा है कि submit button click होने के बाद क्या होना चाहिए, that is actually the back end development, back end web development. So these are the major two parts of whole web development. Now coming to the roadmap, or we can see the languages used in web development. तो सबसे पहले मैंने एज पर माय रोड मैप मैंने इसे 3 पार्ट्स में डिवाइड किया. लाइक फर्स्ट पार्ट इज लाइक एसेंशियल और वी कैन से कॉमन प्रोग्रामिंग स्टफ everybody should know. That is into that category I have put like getting familiar with the Git and GitHub, basic SSH protocols or basic terminals part. ये वाला पार्ट इट डिपेंड्स ऑन यू कि आप पहले करो या आफ्टर लर्निंग द स्किल सेट देन यू प्रोसीड टू दिस सेक्शन. क्योंकि इस सेक्शन में बेसिकली होता क्या है कि व्हेन यू गेट फैमिलियर विद गिट एंड गिटहब एंड एक्सेट्रा पार्ट, सो इट्स जस्ट लाइक कि मेरा अगर कोई प्रोजेक्ट है एंड इट्स ऑन माय डेस्कटॉप, इट्स ऑन माय लोकल सर्वर और लोकल होस्ट पर पड़ा है. नाउ आई हैव टू क्रिएट दैट पार्ट टू ऑनलाइन सर्वर. आई हैव टू मेड इट लाइक मैंने कोई वेबसाइट बनाई और मैं चाहती हूँ उससे बिजनेस करना, लाइक तो मैं उसको ऑनलाइन करना चाहती हूँ, ऑनलाइन देना चाहती हूँ, बनाना चाहती हूँ. तो वो पार्ट करने के लिए लाइक लोकल होस्ट से मुझे वेब होस्ट में जब जाना है, वो पार्ट के फॉर दैट पार्ट आई शुड नो द बेसिक प्रोटोकॉल्स, द बेसिक यूआई, द बेसिक गिट एंड गिटहब पार्ट. तो ये हो गया मेरा एसेंशियल पार्ट. नाउ कमिंग टू द लैंग्वेजेस इन फ्रंट एंड पार्ट एंड बैक एंड पार्ट. सो फ्रंट एंड के लिए सबने सुना होगा, सबको पता होगा HTML से स्टार्ट करते हैं. यस, आई एम आल्सो गोइंग टू से सेम थिंग. तो HTML से स्टार्ट करना होता है, HTML and CSS. Then moving forward to JavaScript and some front-end libraries of CSS like Bootstrap और JavaScript के कुछ frameworks हैं like Vue, React, Angular and multiple frameworks of JavaScript. तो ये सारी languages front-end में आती है. Then going to backend languages. For backend, you can choose any of them. Like you can choose either Python and Django or Java and Spring and Node.js as per my preference. And like I'm biased towards Node.js more and Ruby and multiple paths. और backend में अगर हम database की बात करें तो there are multiple languages like MySQL Server, Oracle, and of course MongoDB. Like उसकी scalability is next level, so I am biased towards that. तो ये सारी languages हो गई backend वाले part की. तो basically and it depends कि आप front end development में या front end developer बनना चाहते हो या back end developer बनना चाहते हो. And अगर आपको दोनों की skill set आप में है तो then of course आपकी ज़्यादा salary होने वाली है. आप full stack developer बन सकते हो.
दोनों ही कर लो फिर.
Yeah, but it depends on the personal interest as well. Like अगर as per my choice कि मुझे creativity पे ज़्यादा मेरा focus है या मुझे designing ज़्यादा पसंद है, मैं design चाहती हूँ, layout करना चाहती हूँ और मैं चाहती हूँ ना मैं जो भी input दे रही हूँ मुझे instantly output दिखे, तो वो present होता है front end वाले part में. And अगर आप like if you prefer logical part या problem solving and etc part, then move towards the back end. एंड मतलब जनरली अभी कॉलेजेस में हमें बैकएंड वाले ही सिखाते हैं, हमें जावा पाइथन यही वाला पार्ट सिखाते हैं. सो यू कैन गिव अ ट्राई ऑन फ्रंट एंड पार्ट एंड देन यू कैन कंपेयर और इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू आइडेंटिफाई योर इंटरेस्ट एंड either you can choose to be a full stack web developer. It will enhance your salary.
That is what I was saying.
Yeah.
That's only
एक इंसान अगर multiple things कर सकता है, if he can solve multiple complex things, then he'll get a bigger salary, I guess.
वही तो. Okay. And Disha, reminder English. Reminder.
Okay, sure.
Give you reminders in between, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay. So you told us about the languages. Okay, and you told how to go for full stack. That would be the best. It makes sense. If you can push yourself. Yeah. But okay, my next question is particularly going digging deep in the languages itself. Like, is HTML, CSS sufficient for web development, or is JavaScript absolutely necessary?
Okay, so firstly, to give the answer about this question that why JavaScript is necessary or is JavaScript is necessary or not, let me give you a rough idea about the HTML and CSS first. So, talking about HTML, so HTML is the foundation, or we can say it gives the structure to your website. It is the backbone to your website. So you must know HTML to create a website. Then talking about the styling part, of course, I can use my creativity and create the style part using only HTML as well. But it takes too much time and effort, and the code generally gets lengthy when I'm just using the HTML. Because, of course, I can change the font color, the background color, the image only with HTML. But it's quite tedious work. Like, it requires a lot of time and a lot of tags if you are using just HTML. So to enhance the styling part in your website, there is another language that is CSS, that is Cascaded Style Sheet. So what is the basic work of CSS is, it's just for the styling of the markup languages like HTML or XML or multiple markup languages. So if you want to enhance the styles, you want your website to be visualized as good as you want, then you have to use CSS for that, or any front-end libraries including that. Now moving towards JavaScript. So first, let me show you something. Let me share the screen and let me show you a big thing. Then you'll get the importance of JavaScript. So can I share the screen?
Yes. Please do that.
Okay. Let me.
Million is not pre-recorded, guys. First, let me clear to the audience: this is not pre-recorded. We are live. Disha, can you say hi so that people understand?
Hi, everyone. Yeah, you can raise questions. We will answer.
Every 5 minutes pre. It's not pre-recorded, Baba. We are sitting. at our home.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can even ask the questions in the comments. We will answer it.
Okay. Anyways, I think it's clear now. Please, हाँ, आपकी screen share
Huh.
हो गई
Uh,
है.
my screen is visible. Let me show you something like in the settings of my. You can try this with me. Like I have opened the settings of my browser, and you can open the settings of any browser you are using. And let me type here JavaScript. Okay, you can see the site settings. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to off like I'm going to block the JavaScript part of my coding that is going on in the front end and back end. Now let's see the result when I have blocked the JavaScript part of my server side. So for example, let me open the YouTube. So okay, you can see nothing is visible. It's just the एक layout बना हुआ है कि ये components है, but कुछ भी load नहीं हो रहा है. My internet is working. It's just it's not loading. Let me show some another websites. Like let's see Twitter. Okay, so let me show you here. So you can see JavaScript is not available. Or let's say if I'm opening any like my GFG site, let's open here. You can see here the site is opening, पर जो side में ads चलता है, वो like here there are ads. I know कि यहाँ पर जो ads है, they are not loading over here. So you can see nothing is actually working well without just JavaScript. आपको सिर्फ एक layout दिख रहा होगा. Most of the people do this to avoid the ads in their website, but I don't recommend you to do this. So you can see the importance of one scripting language. So let me I hope it's visible. Let me stop sharing the screen. Yeah. So you got an idea ki how much reliant we are on just one scripting language. How much JavaScript is actually supporting our backend and frontend part. So that is what I am going to say, that JavaScript is the language that actually powers the web. You can imagine, you can relate it like with a movie. Suppose the actors are given with the script, right? And in that script, it is written ki how they have to perform, how much delay, what are the actions they should say, or what are the dialogues. Everything is mentioned in this script of their like movie. So you can relate same thing in our web development concept. That is, you can relate the actors as our basic elements, like you can say HTML elements tag, and you can relate the script in the movie with our JavaScript. So basically, what JavaScript is doing is JavaScript is letting know or giving the information that what my elements should perform, how the user action should be performed. Like the website is opening, right? YouTube is opening. The layout you can see, but it's not functioning because JavaScript is not giving the instructions to my elements that what you have to do after this purpose or after the clicking or after the opening of website. So here comes the importance of JavaScript. So as per my preference and knowledge, JavaScript is very important if you want a fully fledged website, if you want to design a fully website. And of course, traditionally, JavaScript was used just for the front end part. Like it was meant to just to create the designs and animations. But nowadays, JavaScript is covering like frameworks are covering from the very front end and back end, and in fact, in every between part. So JavaScript role is very, very important in web development.
For sure. और पता है एक comment भी आया था विशाल का, JavaScript is privacy killer. So एकदम I hit an idea. Idea hit हुआ. ये तो debate हो सकती है.
Actually, yeah, it's the scripting language which we are reliable on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, Disha, that was amazing. JavaScript is definitely very important, no doubt about it. ये तो clear हो गया. YouTube चलना बंद हो गया. Life ही खत्म हो गया.
Exactly. हाँ, अगर आप if you want like your without ad the website should not appear with the ad, you can opt the JavaScript. The ads will not pop up.
Yeah.
This is a short advantage.
Okay. So what are some good resources for web dev? Like, कहाँ
Um,
से start we can study?
Yeah, personally, I prefer the MDN docs. Like, it's very good documentation. But if you don't like the documentation part, then refer GFG YouTube channel. We will be uploading the videos, and of course, the courses are there. I don't like much of reading. I like the
Music
seeing
coding
part.
part. हाँ.
Exactly. So
तो मैं बता देता हूँ
MDN.
Geeks for Geeks Web Development channel अलग से we have many subsidiaries of Geeks for Geeks. There are many channels. Like आपको kids का मिलेगा, आपको practice का मिलेगा, आपको web dev का भी है वैसे हमारा जो दिशा lead कर रही है. So we are currently
Exactly.
preparing content. Disha, you are currently working on preparing the content for
Yeah,
it.
some of the
Putting
content are available.
of the content is available, but we are working like you're working
Yes,
on it
yes,
and
yes.
getting it done. So it's really early. So and everyone in the audience, 104 people are live. I request you all to be early adopters to for that channel, so that we can get to understand how is it and how is not. Feel free to comment and tell us your feedback, whether good or bad. So please support us in Geeks for Geek Web Dev channel as well, guys. Thank you so much. ये मुझे add करना था particularly, Diksha.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
So WebDev that channel is there for sure. As you told about the dogs part, वो भी आप एक बार फिर से repeat कर सकते हो शायद वो exact. और भी अगर आपको Stack Overflow.
And in case, yes, yes, Stack Overflow. It's just ki when I do the practice and and there are questions in my mind, I usually open the Stack Overflow, write down my question, and I'll get the comments and answers in that comment. So you can use the Stack Overflow while practicing part. But for learning part, you have to definitely go to the documentation or the free courses available on YouTube or multiple channels, etc.
ठीक है, okay. So any advice like for the audience? If they are starting or maybe any advice related mindset, it's up to you. Like
Yes,
advice for
yes,
the audience.
yes. Yeah. As a learner, what I believe, like maybe learning stage up here and still on a learning stage. So what I believe is you have to the first step, like everybody will say you that you have to avoid the distractions, you have to be consistent and etc. I believe in that. You have to do that. But for that, the first and foremost important thing is your strong mindset. If you have created your mindset very strong कि मेरे लिए तो यही चीज बनी है, this
Hmm.
thing is perfect for me and I have to work for this is my goal and I have created interest in this, or somewhat this is my vision for this, I want to achieve a good job in this part, then you will definitely get a positive direction and a path.
Hmm.
And believe me, I'm not just talking about the web development or any particular course. I'm just saying you just need to be confident with your mindset. You have to be clear with your vision. Like, you need to know what you actually want. Once it's done, once your mind has cleared all the obstacles and the struggles and the options, like what I previously do is there are multiple options. So I just mug up like I can do this, I can do that, and I want to do this also, I want to do that. So don't repeat that mistake. You have to choose one thing and be clear with your mindset. Just create a strong mindset, and I am guaranteeing you that when you will create your mindset as strong as then you will perfectly get the direction towards it automatically. When you're good with when you will be honest with your mind, your thoughts, your heart, your feelings, you will be able to avoid the distraction, and also you will be consistent with your work. So what I believe is the first part of any learning, like not only studying but of any job or the people who are doing the jobs and etc., he or she should be clear with his mindset, because mindset plays a very important role. Otherwise later on you will be confused with others technology, other streams, and multiple options. So I prefer that you should have strong mindset. And second point I want to add is, after having the strong mindset, you should know how to add values to yourself. Like, be valuable. Like, add on the learnings and add on the skills in you. What it will do is it will automatically attract people towards you, and you will be automatically get motivated towards your direction when multiple people come and talk to you, and after talking they say कि यार इससे बात करके तो आज बहुत अच्छा लगा, इससे बात करके कुछ नया नॉलेज मिला. I know I got a thought that we can think like this also, or anybody could have like this perception also. So
But like,
yes, so adding values to yourself will automatically motivate you in your direction, in your roadmap of any learning. So these are my two advices for everyone who are studying, who are learning, who are doing their jobs and etc.
okay.
So this is from my side.
All right, Disha. Disha, thank you so much for answering all our questions. So as far as questions
Yeah.
are concerned, itna hi tha questions ka. But I think we can pick two questions from the comments and talk about them also.
Okay.
Okay, so feel
Okay.
free to just scroll through them and let me know if you have particular in mind, or I'll ask you once also.
Wait a minute. So काफी सारे comments हैं.
बहुत सारे हैं.
Uh, so can we
Any
have the link
particular?
of can we have the link of web development channel? Yeah, sure. After this session.
हाँ. And link अभी मैंने channel का name I've just put it in the banner also. The channel name is GeeksforGeeks Web Development. ये type करोगे आ जाएगा यार.
So one question is there. How much Chetan Tanbar? So how much DSA is needed for web developer? So actually, as
Same.
per top, yeah. So actually, talking about DSA, yeah, DSA is important. But in the web development, as I said, ki any field student can learn the web development. So there is not much needed. It is not needed that you should know the data structure and algorithms to pursue the web development course. It adds on the plus point if you know any of the skill. But yes, it's not compulsory to know the DSA for pursuing your career as web developer.
ठीक है.
And any advice for learners who are just starting out and in the
कितने
year?
बजे?
Pradeep Chinna. So
ढूंढ रहा हूँ उसको.
so
अच्छा
let
अच्छा.
me
And want हाँ ठीक है. Any advice for
मैं
learners
दूसरे
starting out and in nth year underground लिखा है.
maybe year. Okay, so yeah, as I told, that advice is just give your mind some time and choose your path which you want to know. Like any course you want to prefer, just be clear with your thoughts and be clear with your creativity, with your mindset. Then you will automatically get a right path after this graduation. Okay, so there is someone smart man. Ma'am, tell me about project for beginners. So smart man करके कोई है?
मैं ढूंढ रहा हूँ साथ में.
Okay, so project for beginners. Yeah, I know this is a good question. So definitely, we are doing work in this project part. You can visit our channel. I have uploaded some basic projects of for the web development that had covered the front end topics, and we are going to start with the back end topics in these projects. Like we are targeting 10 to 15 projects already in our channel. You can go visit to the channel and you can go visit to that live workshops which I've already done, and you can continue from like Tuesday to that workshop. So we have already done with this part in our course of channel. So
Okay.
go
ठीक
visit
है.
that.
वो ठीक है वो चा. And also, Disha, the LinkedIn ID is in the YouTube description. Like people are asking me in the comments, like if they can connect with you. Disha, if they
Yeah,
can
yeah.
connect with you, because we cannot take more questions right now from the comments because
Yeah, let me.
आपसे वो connect कर लेंगे LinkedIn पे और वहाँ पे like they can ask you question,
Yeah,
right?
I'll be available.
Okay, and your URL LinkedIn profile ID is in the YouTube description, and obviously LinkedIn पे अगर हो तो LinkedIn के उसमें caption में होगी post के. So ठीक है. Anything else Disha you want to add in the project for beginners? इस question में और कुछ add करना चाहते हो?
Yeah, like इट्स मतलब यही है कि हमने बिगनर्स टू एडवांस लेवल के सारे प्रोजेक्ट्स पिकअप करे in the
ठीक
course that is already going on in the live workshop. So you
ठीक
can go and visit that workshop, and of course the workshop is going to be continued for more projects.
उसमें तो हो भी गए होंगे कुछ वर्कशॉप से सेगमेंट
Yes,
तो
yes. Front end की at least हमने HTML, CSS and JS we are about to start. HTML, CSS and Bootstraps के projects we have
हाँ
already done.
एक दिन पहले
And
बूटस्ट्रैप का हुआ है ना
yeah, my class was there.
हाँ yes so I can see product landing page using HTML CSS introduction to
Yeah.
client side CSS का है डिजाइन भी है so guys GeeksforGeeks Web Development YouTube चैनल पे काफी कंटेंट है इस चीज के अराउंड वो आप चेकआउट करो और भी आ रहा है obviously
Yeah. Node.js, Django, we are planning for that. We are already that courses are available actually. That is going on live.
okay
Yeah.
all right awesome so so that was it I guess we had a good discussion like मुझे तो बहुत मजा आया personally like मैंने भी एक दो चीजें सीख ली जान ली सुन ली
Yeah, my
And
pleasure.
basically why this was like interesting was because this is so real in the sense of impact like you can see around yourself that every nook and corner business who was not giving a damn about going online few years ago is like मेरी website बना दो वही website बना दो so it makes a lot
Exactly.
of sense that's why it
Yeah.
for me particularly so okay Disha thank you so much for joining and taking out your time for this and being our guest and sharing
Yeah.
so much with them. And I,
And thank you everyone as well for attending this workshop.
yeah, and वो आपसे connect तो करेंगी audience expect करना
Definitely.
like and that would be good I guess. ठीक है दिशा I'll bid you goodbye and talk to the audience for a minute and thank you
Yes,
again
yes.
for joining.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
All right, guys. I hope that session brought some value. If yes, then say yes. If no, then say maybe. Don't say no. Just tell that what how we can improve. If we can improve our questions, if we can improve anything else, maybe the quality and the segment. I have an idea of one segment कि हम debatable topics पे बात कर सकते हैं. ठीक है. So there are so many more things we are brainstorming and live mocks they are going on. They'll happen. We'll also pick few special topics like this and also interview experience. So like interview experiences we are repositioning as interview preparation strategy. उनके क्वेश्चंस हम वैसे रिफ्रेम करेंगे क्यों क्योंकि वो ज्यादा सेंस बनाएगा तुमको ना कि प्रिपरेशन स्ट्रेटेजी के हिसाब से तुम देखोगे ना अलग अलग पर्सपेक्टिव तो वो बेटर रहेगा यू वेलकम तेजश्री यार तुम एंड में जो कुछ अच्छे अच्छे कमेंट्स डालते हो ना ये बहुत मोटिवेट करते हैं हमारी टीम को मशीन लर्निंग एंड वेब डेवलपमेंट आकाश यस वील ऑल्सो टॉक अबाउट दोज थिंग्स इन आवर फ्यूचर वेबिनार्स एक क्लटर ऑटोमेशन के बारे में भी हम नेक्स्ट वीक बात करने वाले हैं बट हाँ इसके अलावा एमएल और वो तो हम डालेंगे लाइक वो तो इट्स लाइक अ हॉट टॉपिक वो डलेगा just then pre-submitted questions like we have had our research we'll do that but right now bandwidth हो नहीं है maybe आगे करें अभी नहीं thank you Satvik thank you Anugrah I don't think on robotics I don't think so currently all right alright guys मैं कल आऊँगा और भी हम बातें करते रहेंगे just stay connected and thank you for being live on Sunday afternoon and थोड़ा यार घर पे रहो और थोड़ा रिलैक्स भी करो यार मतलब इतनी टेंशन नहीं लेनी चाहिए की फिर उससे परफॉर्मेंस गिरती है All right, guys, I'll sign off. Keep learning, keep growing. Akshay this side. Bye, guys. Take care and have fun.